So Deontay Wilder and Billy Joe Saunders had a confrontation in Nandos last night. For those of you who are not familiar with Nandos, it's a very popular chain of chicken restaurants in the UK and also in Southern Africa, I believe. That's where Nandos originates from. It's a Portuguese / Southern African restaurant chain, which, as I say, is popular in the UK. Everybody in the UK at this point knows about Nandos. But anyway, they had a confrontation in Nandos. This is what this video right here depicts. There are various videos circulating online which show different parts of this altercation. This is the best one in terms of showing how the initial contact between the two of them started. Billy Joe enters Nando's restaurant and he walks over to Deontay Wilder's area where Deontay Wilder and his team are sitting. He greets Wilder, shakes his hand, and Wilder immediately confronts Billy Joe about comments that Billy Joe made several weeks or months ago about Deontay Wilder. He called him a racist scumbag or something like that. That's what he called Deontay Wilder. So Wilder immediately confronts him about it. He says, you know, did you say this and that about me? And Billy Joe says, yeah, I did. And at that point, Deontay Wilder stands up and a melee ensues. It looks like members of Wilder's team are trying to get Billy Joe away from Wilder. That's what it looks like at one point. But then the camera starts getting all shaky, things get all fuzzy, and you hear raised voices and chairs being tipped over. I think maybe even a glass or two smashing. And that's really the end of the video. You don't really see too much in this particular video. But then, you know, after what I've just described. But then there are other videos like this one right here, which is circulating on Twitter, that shows Billy Joe hot-tailing it out of the restaurant, being pursued by members of Wilder's team. And if you watch it, you will actually see Billy Joe. You'll see this top here that Billy Joe's wearing, this camouflage, black and white camouflage top, black and grey and white. And you'll see Billy Joe wearing that top exiting the restaurant. I think it's just before. Yeah, there's Billy Joe. That's Billy Joe there. That's Billy Joe. And he is hot-tailing it out of there. As you can see. And this guy in the red, a lot of people thought he was Wilder. That's not Wilder chasing. That's a member of Wilder's team. As you can see here, that's him here in the red, who's hot-tailing it after Billy Joe. So what is alleged to have happened is that during this confrontation, during this standoff, Billy Joe picked up a piece of chicken. Some say half a chicken or a whole chicken from somebody's plate, and he threw it at Deontay Wilder, and that's when he got chased out of the restaurant and legged it down the street. All fun and games, as Billy Joe Saunders says here in this particular interview where he's talking about what happened in the restaurant. He said it's all fun and games, and it is all fun and games until somebody gets hurt. And let's hope nobody gets hurt seriously, because Billy Joe says that he's going to be turning up deep. He's going to be rolling deep tonight when he's at the Tyson Fury fight at the Carl Frampton show. And one thing I know about gypsies, and most of you will know, is that they roll deep. When they roll deep, they really roll deep. So Billy Joe's going to be there with a lot of his guys. Hopefully there's no violence that kicks off between him and Deontay Wilder's people, because Deontay Wilder's people are definitely going to be outnumbered. That's for sure. So hopefully there's nothing that ensues, but there's been a lot of trouble at Frank Warren shows. We know that. Shows involving Billy Joe, shows involving Tyson Fury. There's been a lot of trouble, a lot of crowd trouble. Hopefully there's none tonight, but, you know, given the situation that happened last night, you wouldn't bet any money on there not being some type of confrontation or some type of trouble with, you know, between Billy Joe's people and Wilder's people. So we'll see. But as far as the confrontation itself, what do I think of it? Well, I think it's legitimate for people to ask the question, why was Billy Joe walking up to Deontay Wilder like everything was good? If you're going to call a man a scumbag and a racist and all this kind of business, why are you walking up to him to shake his hand? Like, what's that all about? If you really feel a certain type of way about somebody, you wouldn't even be trying to get pally with them, would you? You wouldn't be trying to shake their hand. but maybe it was all just trash talk from Billy Joe. Maybe it was just throwaway comments from him and he didn't really mean it that deeply. He didn't really feel that strongly about what he was saying in that interview months ago, you know. And if that's the case, then he should have said to Deontay, yeah, I made them comments, but it was just hype and this, that, and the other. But that's apparently not what he said, you know, from what I could make out from the video. He was like, yeah, I said that and what? You know, as if to say, yeah, I feel that way about you and I don't think you're a good guy. So why are you shaking Deontay Wilder's hand then? You know, what's that all about? Now, to be fair, Billy Joe did stand his ground. Once Deontay Wilder got up, Billy Joe stood his ground and said, yeah, okay, I stand on what I said. Fair enough. And then he threw the chicken. Allegedly. So, you know, that is what that is. And then once he threw the chicken, he got the hell out of Dodge. He didn't want no parts of the Alabama windmill. He didn't want none of that Alabama windmill smoky barbecue sauce. He didn't want no parts of that. And he did his best Usain Bolt impression and got the hell up out of there. And who can blame him? You know, if the Alabama windmill was coming after you, you would hot tail it out of there too. 100%. And so would I. Let's be real. None of us want that smoke in any type of physical confrontation with Deontay Wilder. Yeah, you might think you're some kind of tough guy or whatever. Trust me, you don't want the Alabama windmill raining down on you. You know, he's got that country boy strength, that freaky farmer strength. Yeah, I mean, he fights like a street fighter anyway. So imagine when he's in an actual street fight. This guy's trying to catch bodies and cripple people in the ring. God knows what he's trying to do on the street. So Billy Joe did the sensible thing. I mean, I'm not saying it was the sensible thing to approach Wilder in the first place, but I'm saying once the situation went left the way that it did, Billy Joe did the sensible thing. He got the hell out of there. He's not trying to square off against a 6'7" heavyweight when he's a 5'9", 5'8" middleweight. He ain't trying to do that. You know, that's not going to help him in any way. He's trying to prepare for this Demetrius Andrade fight. You ain't going to be able to prepare for a Demetrius Andrade fight with a broken jaw, a fractured cheekbone, maybe even a fractured skull when you hit the ground from one of them Alabama slammers. So, yeah, it was what it was. Fun and games. It's all fun and games until somebody gets hurt. Let's hope nobody gets hurt from the fallout of this particular altercation. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Some people have even suggested that this might have been staged. And I saw the Boxing Voice uploaded a video. Ness uploaded a video, Nesta Gibbs, talking about this incident and talking about the fact that people are saying it was staged. And Nesta says, there's no way this was staged. It wasn't staged. Now, I don't know. Just because he says it wasn't staged, it doesn't mean it wasn't. Okay, I'm not making a judgment on whether it was or wasn't staged. I'm just asking for you guys to give me your opinion on whether you thought it was staged. Personally, I don't think it was. You know, Nandos restaurant, do they really want this kind of thing going on in their restaurant? Does it really make their restaurant look good? I mean, yeah, they might have been thrown a couple £100 or a couple, I don't know, grand or something by someone to tell them, you know, keep quiet. You don't even have to tell your, you know, branch manager or whatever. You don't have to tell him what really went down. As far as he's concerned, it was a real situation. Just keep this £1,000 for you and your crew, the people working tonight, and keep it hush. You know, keep it shush. Sorry, keep it hush. So, I mean, you know, some people are going to say it was staged. I don't know, man. I don't know. All I know is, even if it wasn't, you know, whether it was or it wasn't staged, there's no way that Billy Joe wants any part of the Alabama windmill. You don't want no crazy, angry hillbilly running down on him with freaky farmer strength, raining down that Alabama barbecue smoke. Billy Joe don't want no parts of that. And I can't blame him for it. So, yeah, let me know how you feel about all these fun and games in the comment section below. Do you think it's staged? Do you think it's real? At the end of the day, even if whether it's staged or real, it still helps the publicity surrounding Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. Any kind of controversial situation helps it. Whether it's to do with Billy Joe, because we know Billy Joe's connected to Tyson Fury. That's part of his team. So it all helps to hype Deontay Wilder versus Fury, you know? So good. I hope that Deontay Wilder managed to, get his grub on eventually in Nandos, you know? I hope he'd already eaten his chicken and he wasn't still waiting for his order. Because Nandos is pretty decent. I mean, I don't think Nandos is as good as it used to be. Because back in the days when Nandos was a South London thing, when they didn't have Nandos anywhere else apart from in London, particularly South London, I think the quality of their chicken was a bit better back then. I think the food was a bit tastier back in the days when it was a South London thing. But now that it's gone national in the UK, I don't know, the food is still decent. It's still good. But I don't think there's as much love that goes into it as there was back in the days. But still, it's decent. And I hope Deontay Wilder got to sample good old Nandos, I still do like a Nandos here and there. So let me know how you feel in the comments, people. It's happening. I'm out.